Today we're going to teach a family tradition from the Robertson household that I learned from my mother. And we, on Christmas morning, will have Christmas breakfast, and Mom will make a souffle. And so she taught me how to make a souffle.
Brave woman, that lady.
But when you learn how to do it, it actually gets quite easy.
What kind of souffle is it?
Mom tended to make the cheddar cheese. I make the Gruyere with Parmesan. What we're trying to do, though, is not have it overly complicated or a huge amount of work. We're going to try to get this down to where within an hour's preparation time, you're going to be able to cook a marvelous souffle for your family with all the other trappings that we'll show you. And late Christmas morning, take a break, have a wonderful brunch together, and enjoy the day.
That is great. That's the best part of the whole morning.
Ready to start cooking?
I'm ready to start.
All right, first you have to make the souffle base. Start off with half a stick of butter.
Okay.
You put that in a warm pan. You're not trying to make this too hot. You're trying to make this never brown. You just want this melted and slightly bubbling. Temperature control on this is really crucial. If you've got an electric, my recommendation is take it periodically off the heat so you're not overheating it.
You simply want it melted.
You simply want it melted and slightly frothy and bubbling, like you see there. Any wonderful butter, it needs to be whole butter, not margarine. And I prefer the unsalted, that way you can control the amount of salt. You then take 5 tablespoons of flour and you gradually add this in. You're not trying to do it all at once. And you let the flour come into the butter and you take a whisk. And when all 1 tablespoon is incorporated, you come back at it again. And this is a gradual thing. What you're trying to do here is cook out all the flour so you don't have a flour taste. You just want the effect of the flour, which is sort of the binding agent that allows things to come up nice.
Just smoothing that in with each couple tablespoons that you put in there.
You love this blonde color. All right, and then you just sort of let it sit and get happy.
Really?
And just be in there.
For how long?
Just for about a minute or so. And all you're trying to do is cook the flour so it doesn't have that sort of chalky flour taste. And it has this wonderful golden butter taste.
Awesome. So that kind of dissolves it a little bit.
Okay. Now you add some flavor components as it's cooking and just a pinch of fresh nutmeg. You're not looking to make it real nutmeggy, but just a pinch of that. And then a pinch of cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper?
Oh, yeah.
That looked like a little more than a pinch.
That's my pinch. A little pinch of salt.
Okay.
Salt just brings out flavor. And then you mix all that together. Next ingredient is the milk.
Here you go.
Is that warm?
It's warmed.
You need it warmed. And then you gradually add this in, and you'll see something that happens with it.
Okay.
With the milk, you're trying to get the sauce to boil. And you see it coming together?
Okay.
And for you at home, this is what you're trying to do. It looks kind of like...
mashed potatoes almost,
yeah,
or like a...
That's a good one, mashed potatoes. And you just keep gradually adding in the warm milk and stirring. And the reason you gradually add is that if you do it this way, it won't lump.
Okay.
And you can smell the nutmeg.
I can. That's wonderful, isn't it? Just that little pinch. That's amazing.
Well, the freshly grated is the key to nutmeg, and now it's starting to look like real thin mashed potatoes.
It stays smooth. That's really great.
And now you let this come to a little bit of a boil. And you just take it easy, and you're having a nice Christmas morning. If there's any milk or flour on the side, you can always scrape it down in. One of the biggest secrets for making a souffle to rise is let your eggs be at room temperature, which means leave them out the night before. A room temperature egg will fluff a lot better
than something that's cold and refrigerated.
It does something to the egg whites that is not healthy.
Okay.
All right. Now comes the cheese. This is about a cup of Gruyere.
That's your favorite?
That's one of my favorites.
Oh,
and this is like a quarter cup, half cup of
the Parmesan?
Parmesan, all freshly grated. And you just let the heat of the sauce come into that.
Okay, the fragrance of that is pretty good.
You're getting hungry already. All right, now turn the heat off.
Okay, completely.
Completely. And we're going to do something that is sort of a nice little trick. You've got 6 egg yolks.
Egg yolks,
You're going to need 8 egg whites, 6 egg yolks, and you put your whole cheese mixture in here because you don't want to create scrambled eggs. So you use a little bit of the warm sauce, and you mix this together and stir it. And this is called tempering. And you do this because you don't want scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Make sure everything's proper temperature, matching temperatures. You want to use a spatula for this stuff because it really helps make sure you get it all.
Okay, so you're just mixing that now all into one sauce.
Right. No heat. This is all on its own, and we're all good. This is now a souffle base. Okay. And you're done.
I'm done.
And that's easy, isn't it?
Well, yes. What are those egg whites for?
Those egg whites are for this mixture.
Okay. Oh.
Now, the secret to egg whites is, again, make sure your eggs have been out all night, that they're room temperature, and you gradually bring it up to speed. When it gets to be a stiff peak, shut it off. Okay, now comes some technique time. And soufflés are all about technique. You take about 1/3 of this, 1/4 of this, and you just plop it right into there.
So gradual is kind of the name of the game of this, right?
It's gradual incorporation, gradual whisking, and then the ultimate is how to fold at the end of the game. And this, you just want to fully incorporate these egg whites into this using a whisk. You're not trying to keep the egg whites. You're trying to add fluff and volume.
Really?
All right. You got your egg whites? Mm-hmm. You pour directly into the middle. And you scrape all that wonderful sauce into the middle.
Boy, that just grew about 4 times.
It's going to grow some more in the oven. And the whole goal with a souffle is to keep the air in.
Inside, okay.
Now you put your spatula in this directly in the center, and you fold. You turn.
So you're just going to
fold, turn, fold, and you see how that process cuts up the whites, mixes in the sauce,
but doesn't take the air out.
But at the same time, you keep the air. And at the end, you still have your egg whites.
Wow.
You still have all that wonderful goodness, but they're surrounded by sauce now.
Awesome.
And that's the key to a souffle. Now.
And that's going to fit in there, huh?
Yeah. If you have leftover, it's okay.
Okay. Now, what did you do to that?
Butter and then Parmesan grated, and that creates a nice layer where it won't stick to the pan, and the Parmesan will get nice and crusty.
Ooh,
and the crusty parts of her souffle are the best parts of the souffle. So.
Wonderful. Okay.
Just pour.
Just pour.
And now all the stuff that's at the bottom comes out, and you want that in sort of in the middle on top.
Because that'll get a sort of a crust to it as well?
Yeah. You can take your spatula and sort of smooth it over. You don't want
don't push down the
stray
air,
things. Just smooth it over, edge it over. And then the final trick.
Okay.
And that gets the...
Settling it in there.
I do caution you that because these are so good, 1 will not be enough. Now, if you do 2 and you're using 8 egg whites and 6 egg yolks, you're going to have 4 egg yolks left over, and you don't want to waste them, do you?
No.
That would be bad.
That would be very bad.
Especially when you can make a wonderful sauce.
Oh.
So I'm going to teach you another sauce. This is called a sabayon.
Ooh.
It's a very, very simple recipe. This is my homemade double boiler. You put that on top, and it traps the steam inside. And you add a 1/4 cup of sugar to 4 eggs.
Really?
And you stir it around.
Is that it?
and you allow the heat to start to change it. And over time, as it cooks, it starts to get blonder.
Really?
All right, as the heat starts coming to it.
You do that?
Yeah, you can.
Whoa, hello.
Hello.
Hey there.
As you do that, you then take your cider, and you're waiting for those eggs to start to turn a little more yellow. Then our souffles are done.
Oh my goodness. Yay, you! You get the award. Wow, that is unbelievable. Don't drop
If you want to make a Christian joke, you can say, "He is risen."
Great Easter dish. Great Easter dish.
He is risen indeed. Tell you what, let's just turn that off.
It's getting there.
Just let it. It's good now.
Okay.
Let's let it. It needs to thicken up a little bit more.
Okay.
All right, the second is the trick for bacon. He says it's real easy. You take any kind of baking sheet that's raised, cover it in tin foil, and you just lay the strips out and bake it for 20 minutes in an oven at 350.
Beautiful.
And it comes out like this every single time, with every one straight and perfectly cooked. And it's a great way to cook a lot of bacon for a lot of people.
40 minutes, did you say? In 350?
20 minutes.
20 minutes in 350. Okay.
Well, just watch it and see.
Okay.
All right, proof's in the pudding, and oh yeah, oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this is
Perfect.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Thank you. I'll take this. You take one.
I'll take one. Now the crusty part is my family's favorite. How'd I do?
Oh wow. Melt in your mouth.
You see how easy that is?
Wow. I mean, that is like an explosion of taste, isn't it? Well, y'all need to do this.
We're going to take a break.
Yeah, okay. We're going to eat here while you write down the ingredients. Or
I'm going to go back and check on the sabayon.
Oh, Gordon, that is wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. It's like a custard pudding.
Not thick, but body. Has body.
Yeah. All right.
Gosh,
Now this is a wonderful fruit topping. You can use it on any kind of desserts. There are plenty of creative ways, and you can take it directly out of this bowl.
Wow,
and you put it on top of, I like on strawberries and all those wonderful ruby red grapefruits you can get. And this makes, once you have the souffle.
It's so beautiful. Okay, can I taste?
Absolutely.
It's fabulous.
And you can have a very Merry Christmas.
I'm having a very Merry Christmas right today.